Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to 20 Minutes. My name is Maurice Walker, and you are now joining us for the downfall of Rockefeller. Rockefeller was created back in 1994, and it was founded by three people: Jay-Z, Sean Carter, Biggs Burke, and of course, the one and only Dame Dash. The label stretched for over 20 years, 29 to be exact, and it created some of the greatest albums that music has ever seen, and also some of the greatest artists that we've ever seen. Some of the likes of Benny Siegel, Petey Crack, and Kanye West. A lot of these people saw the downfall of Rockefeller, but also in that time saw the rebirth of who Jay-Z was and the downfall of who Dame Dash was. With that being said, taking over with years and years and years of process, we got to see, like I said, not only the fall of Rockefeller, but also the rebirth of Roc Nation. Throughout the years and years and years of me gathering information and doing a lot of research on the downfall of Rockefeller and the rise of Roc Nation, there was one other person that is just as invested in this story as I am. Luckily, this man named is Jalen Hurst, and I had the opportunity to get interviewed by him so I can tell the world what I've saw and researched and studied on the downfall of the real Rockefeller. And this is what happened.
This is Jalen here with 20 Minutes, and today I'll be interviewing Mr. Kelvin about the downfall of Rockefeller, because you have been doing research for years. So I got a couple questions for you. What do you think brought the downfall to Rockefeller as a label?
I'm gonna be honest, the downfall of Rockefeller, it's crazy. Rockefeller started in 1994, and the downfall feel like it came so fast. And I say fast because you have three genius individuals, three great businessmen. First of all, it started with Biggs Burke, Dame Dash, and Jay-Z. And it seems to be like Jay-Z was the only one to actually go outside the crevice of it and build an empire by himself. Where you got Biggs and Dame who kind of just stayed, they stayed behind the scenes and didn't really pursue what needed to be done after Rockefeller. And the downfall, to be honest, was, I hate to say this, but all three of them wanted something different. You have Dame Dash, who feels deep in his heart, he loves the culture, he loves hip hop. But when you have other people, other businessmen coming in trying to tell him what to do, you ruffling feathers at this point. Because you got somebody who's saying, I built this, this is mine, and I'm gonna do whatever I want with it. Jay-Z wanted to do things by the book. He wanted to be strategic, behind the scenes. Hey, yo, I'm this, hip hop, influential, this. And sometimes it just didn't work out with other people who wanted to be involved. And Biggs was always the laid back one. He was the one behind the scenes who really got stuff done. And he got stuff done, and he motivated Hov and Dame to keep pushing forward, even when they would butt heads a lot. And sometimes you need that with business. Seeing what Rockefeller is today and how it was, seeing how it was so memorable and such a legacy act for up-and-coming artists today, they look at Rockefeller as like the gold mine of hip-hop, especially with labels. Because like I said, you'll never have another label like that. It's really the first label in kind of hip-hop history to be built on the foundation of three solid men and give other artists and other people coming from the hood a place and a home to eat from. And like I said, with the downfall, you have so many great artists and so many great businessmen, but you have everybody clashing heads. One of the problems, I'm gonna be honest, really nothing else to say. Really is just that.
All right, so I heard you mention Dame Dash, so I got a question. Do you think Dame Dash played any part in the downfall at all?
Yeah. I think Dame, I'm gonna be honest, I think Dame played I'm not gonna say a huge part. Dame, the problem with Dame was a hothead. Dame wanted to do things on his accord. If things was not right, Dame was gonna have a problem with it. Like I say, we see that a lot today. We see that a lot with business today and how people move. Kanye is a perfect example today. When you see Kanye, if it's not picture perfect, squeaky clean, he don't like it. He's gonna throw everything off, and you gotta start over. Hov was never like that. Hove never really had that hand in it like that because Hove was doing music at the time with the label. So Hove already felt, oh, what else can I do? This is mine and I earned it. With Dame, when you have certain artists, first of all, let me say this. Some of the mainstream acts that was a part of Rockefeller, Benny Siegel, Jay-Z, Kanye West, you have iconic, legendary individuals who, like I said, in their mindset, they focus on the art. They don't really think about the business aspect, of course, because they're signed to the label. But you have Jay-Z, who's also the rapper and the businessman, and he has to push things forward to show, I do all of this. Dame was the businessman, but he couldn't keep it in business. Also with that, he started to look at this guy named Lyor Cohen. Today, he owns YouTube, executive vice president of Atlantic Records, but Dame always had a problem with Lyor because he thought Lyor was not for the culture. Lyor was a white man that came into hip hop, and to be honest, Dame Dash feels like he's killing what hip hop is today, and he's eating off of the culture. That's where this word comes, culture vulture. He feels like Lyor Cohen is a culture vulture, and like I said, you have somebody like Dame Dash, and you have somebody like Lyor Cohen, businessmen. Neither one of them can get along. They both. To this day, Dame Dash has been unable to get back in that mainstream world because of how he acts and treats people like Lyor Cohen. No matter what you want to say about Lyor has done a lot for music. He's done a lot for hip hop. Dame may disagree, but it is true. And when you see Dame wild out on Lyor, curse him out, call him these types of names, call him blatant insults to his face, and now he's blackballed. Now Dame Dash is blackballed. And it's so hard for people to look at Dame today because they call him broke, they call him this, but he's a real smart man. He's just on the other side of the fence looking like, I tried to feed my people this information. They don't want to take it because of things that this guy's done. What are we going to do? And let me just say this too, because it's the last thing I'm going to say to it. It's easy to look at that when you have somebody like Lyor who created the 360 deal, where the label eats off of most of the money, and then you got the artist over there getting pennies and crumbs from it. That was one of Dame Dash's biggest problems with Lyor. You're coming into our genre, inserting rules and regulations on our artists that's basically still remaining them broke. Like, that's Dame's biggest problem. So, did Dame, yeah, I'm gonna be honest, Dame played a part in it. His intentions was never bad, but yeah, you have to follow your actions. And his actions brought the label down to a bad halt. And that's kind of what it is.
That was a lot.
Thank you. Yeah, that's a lot to get off
That was
my
good
chest.
information that people need to know.
Thank you.
So my last question to you is, why did you think Jay-Z stepped away from Rockefeller and started his own venture?
I think, see, like I said before, when you look at the three people who made Rockefeller, Jay-Z was the rapper. He was the rapper. So Jay-Z never was a sprint guy. He was a marathon guy. He was going to keep going. With Hove, when Rockefeller died, you know, it was kind of quiet for him business-wise for a minute. I'm talking about a label. But when you look at, what was that, 2009, I'm gonna say 2008 just to be on the safe side, you see Hove from that period, from Rockefeller, I'm gonna say 2000 to 2008. You see Hove influence with fashion, you see Hove influence with liquor, music, how people dress, girls, everything Hove did. So now, when he's already announced a retirement from, what was that, the American Gangster, the album, American Gangster. Hove has announced his retirement so much. Black Album, retirement. American Gangster, retirement. Hove can never just sit down. So when we get to the Blueprint 3, and now you see he introduces Roc Nation. And just like Rockefeller, without Dame Dash being a part of it, you still have Bix Burt a part of it, which was the other founder of Rockefeller. So now you have Hove and them, they introduced this new roster, which is pretty much a rendition of Rockefeller. You have J. Cole, Rihanna, Kanye West, Meek Mill. You have a lot of people that you can thank for that, and it goes back to just legacy. It goes back to legacy. When you have this new venture, you kind of see where he's moving business-wise and what he's trying to create. And like I said before, when you ain't got Dame Dash on your back, messing up everything, you can move your business up here instead of going down. Yeah, that's pretty much why. Now, and in 2023, you see where he's at today. You see the billionaire with the billionaire wife, with the rich kids, with this, one of the greatest rappers of all time, do save deals. He has like literally everything because he moved away from that and went to here. A lot of people say how he did it was he sided with a couple people, did a couple things that maybe wasn't the best, but people have to understand when you're a businessman, yes, you're gonna have to move a little nasty to get to where you're going. So
Can't take it personal.
yeah, you can't take it personal. Like everybody has to eat for themselves at the end of the day. You can think about all these other people, but when I'm trying to get somewhere, I'm gonna have to do some things that a lot of people are not gonna like. And that's what made Jay-Z today. And
Can't take everybody with you to the top.
you can't take everybody with you to the top. And it's crazy that you say that because that's how you look at Dame Dash and Jay-Z. Jay-Z's up here, and we're still looking at Dame Dash as the crazy guy that some people look at like he's losing his mind, and some people look at him, oh, that guy's smart. He knows what he's talking about. But in 2023, I can honestly say Rockefeller was one of the greatest labels and ventures that hip-hop music period has ever seen, and I'm so happy that you have the reintroduction with Roc Nation. So, Hov did what he needed to do, and we'll always remember Rockefeller.
Definitely.
Yeah. So thank you, man. Okay.
Well, thank you for taking the time out to answer my questions.
No problem.
And
With Rockefeller seeing a lot of success, of course, the three-headed monster of Dame Dash, Big Burks, and Jay-Z weren't going well at that time. So, in 2004, Rockefeller would get sold for $10 million to Def Jam Records, which will combine the label all at once. But with all of them going their separate ways, now we have somebody named Jay-Z who decided, why do I need these people when I can just do it myself? He took Big Burk, brought him with him, and made what is now known as Roc Nation with some of the greatest and biggest artists of hip hop and music today, such as Meek Mill, Rihanna, J. Cole, Kanye West, and lots more. We've experienced albums like 2014 Forest Hills Drive, Anti. Whew, so many to take away from, Dreams with More Than Money, and many more. Seeing the build-up of Roc Nation also saw the downfall of Dame Dash, which shows right here. With all the interviews, with all the research, with all the knowledge, with the albums, with the success, the money, the rise and the downfall, I hope that I was able to teach a lot of men and women and children out there what happened with the downfall of Rockefeller. My name is Maurice Tatum, and thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you next time.